Coming up on this installment of our Norwegian Jewel Cruise, we are in Charleston, South Carolina, and we have to go through immigration. How long did it end up taking us? Plus, did we choose the wrong excursion? All that and more on this episode of Laurie and Gary Cruise.
Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us, and you won't regret it.
Okay, guys, it's about 7 a.m. I'm at Starbucks. I'm just sitting here drinking my venti iced latte, and I've already worked out. Laurie, did you have a good workout? No, I have a very niched issue with working out. So as a lot of you guys know, I teach flexibility and aerial silks in New York City. And I started with some cardio. I walk uphill because I don't like running because I think it's really bad for your knees and your sacrum. So I walked uphill on the treadmill. That's fine. The fitness center has good cardio equipment and has good weightlifting equipment. But I do more like Pilates based exercises, and then I stretch, and I don't just stretch like relaxing. I'm not talking about like relaxing stretches. Like I'll hold my splits for a few minutes. I'll do a lot of active flexibility for my back bends, and I really need a mat, like a yoga mat or something to do. Well, there was a class going on in the fitness center. Now, normally if there's a class going on, I'll like grab a mat and, put myself somewhere in the regular gym. There's really no dedicated space in the regular gym, but that's okay. I'll squeeze in somewhere. But there was a class going on, and the class, even though they had a whole room and there was only 3 people in the class, they positioned themselves blocking the mats. So I would have had to step over people in the middle of a class in order to get a mat. And I don't know, I couldn't do it. So I waited a little bit, but then I saw that the class had just started, and I was like, well, I already did my cardio to warm up. If I just sit around here waiting. And plus Gary's going to wake up, and I always bring him coffee when he wakes up because his coffee maker broke. But anyway, so the fitness center I'm finding is a little frustrating for my needs, even though if you're just someone who likes to do cardio and weightlift, you're good to go in that fitness center. Plenty of equipment. But if you're someone who needs a mat and some space for their workout, for their abs or stretching or whatever, planning that around the classes and with the space that's available can be challenging. But anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee and then bring Gary some coffee, and then we have an excursion today. South Carolina, baby. But first, breakfast in the main dining room. This is one of the few times that I ended up going to the main dining room for my breakfast. I went without Gary, and I really liked the breakfast options. I selected the pretzel roll sandwich for this day. That is one of those daily special type of breakfasts. And wait till you see it. This guy was a beaut. It was on these 2 warm pretzel rolls, and the sandwich was so thick. It has so much egg in it, and all the sides you see were requested by me. I requested that tomato and the sausages and the home fries, and this was just to die for. It was my favorite breakfast on the ship by far. And after breakfast, as we were pulling into Charleston, South Carolina, it was time to get ready to go through immigration. Because we were coming from Bermuda, we had to go through immigration in Charleston. All right, it's for immigration. We're on the immigration line, and
Maybe some nice people are there, I guess.
And Carrie, shh. And it's
Not a bad word.
What time is
Say
it?
that.
What time is it right now? 11:25. All right, we'll see how long it takes us to go through this line. Last time it took like 4 hours on Princess, so TBD. So the last time we had to go through immigration at a port stop rather than the end of the cruise was in Boston when we were coming from Canada. It was with Island Princess and it took hours and hours, and I'm not sure whose fault it was. I don't know if it was Boston's fault or Princess Cruise Line's fault, but it was the worst experience. So we were bracing ourselves for this and we went right through. All in all, it took less than a half hour to get off the ship.
Historic Charleston City Tour. Adult ticket. Adult or adult. Either way. So, I'm excited. And Don's here. So is Tony. So, we're here with our idols. Can you get them there? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And we've been spending a good amount of time with them. So, been good. I can't believe there's only 2 days left of this. It's going so fast. We had a 10-day gig, 7 days here, 3 days in Philly, and it's almost over. We got to pack tomorrow. Crazy. This was really it's a really good cruise.
So just in case you're curious, this excursion was $89.99 on the ship. We should get a $50 promotional credit towards it. It has not gone through yet. I'm going to talk to guest services because we bought it the first day of the cruise. So I have to talk to guest services, but $89.99. We got an excursion because we've been here before and we walked around and we wanted to see more sites that were maybe a little further away from the port. So we're super excited. And a little follow-up for y'all, and I can say y'all because we're in Charleston, South Carolina, but we did get that promotional credit awarded to our account. It went through the day after we took the excursion, so just so you know, you might not get the promotional credit till a day or two later, even though we had purchased it a few days in advance.
Kind of your landmark. If you're in the city market, if you look for that building, you know the ship is right in front of it. For y'all's next trip here, the top floor, it's 3 bedrooms. It is $12,000 a night. We have a wonderful 2-hour tour at the church, but the church is right up here on the right. Is where they went on that movie, The Notebook. That whole movie was filmed in the Low Country here. In 1995 off of Sullivan's Island and raised it in August of 2000.
And naturally, the price of gas was featured on this excursion. Who would have thought it would be so high in South Carolina? You just can't escape it. Anyway, we selected this tour specifically because Gary does have knee problems. When he walks for an extended period of time, his knees start to hurt really bad. And while the area immediately near the ship is great, we wanted to see a little bit more of Charleston, so we thought this would be the best way to do so. Things that we liked about this tour, well, the bus was nice, spacious, and air-conditioned. It wasn't overcrowded. There was extra room, so you didn't have to sit next to a stranger you didn't want to sit next to. Number 2, the tour guide was a local. She definitely knew Charleston, knew what she was talking about. You could ask her questions. Number 3, we stopped at this military college in Charleston, which I thought was really cool. We also went to a church on the premises, and the church was quite lovely. I don't think this video does it justice, but it was large, grand, quite beautiful. And this college is also where General Mark W. Clark is buried, and Gary is just such a World War II buff. He was so excited to see this.
And if you don't know who General Mark W. Clark is, he's one of the premier American military commanders of World War II. He's the youngest 4-star general in the U.S. Army at the age of 48, and he's best known for planning the invasion of North Africa and leading Allied forces through the brutal Italian campaign. Information supplied by Gary Marichek. So some of the things that we didn't love about this excursion was, one, because it was a big old bus, it couldn't really go into smaller nooks and crannies. The bus, of course, was forced to drive with the flow of traffic, so there were a couple of interesting spots that we had to drive by fairly quickly. And also, it would have been nice to have stopped at one or two more interesting landmarks just to get some more photos, or even a closer look. I would say if you do not have mobility issues like Gary, I would choose a walking tour or just explore the actual port, because there is so much to see right there. If you saw our Island Princess videos, that was the last time we were in Charleston, and there is a great park promenade dock area near the cruise ship terminal where you can get some amazing photos or just sit, relax, hang out. We wandered around that area quickly before we got back on the ship.
Okay, before we get back on the ship over there yonder, just immediate reaction to the excursion we just took.
Well, we took a bus tour of historic Charleston, South Carolina. She was very knowledgeable. She had a really thick South Carolina accent, and it was knowledgeable. Learned a lot. I just wish it was. I wish we had stopped a little bit more. We stopped once, but I wish we'd stopped maybe 2 or 3 times. And I was hoping the bus was so enclosed that we really didn't get a chance to film or to photograph a lot of things that I wish we would. And also, rather than saying, now coming up a block to your left is going to be a church of blah, 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 blah. She'd say, oh, on your left is a church. We go, where? And we just pass it up.
She was quicker than our Boston tour guide, though.
Yeah.
He's like, we just passed so-and-so's grave.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we're like,
Yeah.
oh.
To your left, a block behind us, we just passed so-and-so's grave. Yeah.
I did notice that. All right. Okay, let me tell you my immediate thoughts. Okay, my immediate thoughts are, I'm glad we did it, because last time we were in Charleston, we walked around, and so we saw all the immediate things by the port already. This was took us a little further out of the immediate port area to non-walking distances, so it was good to see more Charleston sights, but it really wasn't the best tour. She was very knowledgeable, but and I feel bad for her, because she doesn't know this, but she's competing with our Philadelphia tour guide, who was just like one of the best tour guides we've ever had, and who was so passionate about the city and painted a picture. She was just kind of like saying facts as we passed different locations. Yeah. And also, I agree, like Gary said, I wish we'd been able to get off more of the bus to take photos of certain key historic sites, but I'm still glad we did it. It's easy activity level, hardly any walking, just the one place where we got off and you could use a restroom there. Yeah. And you didn't have to get off if you didn't want to. It was just a 15-minute stop. The church that we were in was lovely, and it was cool being at that military school.
The Citadel. That was so cool.
I've never been to a military school before. Anyway, I love this area by the ship. Show them one more time, Gary.
And there she blows.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're going to head back on and get some lunch.
Grab a burger.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
2, 3, yeah.
And once back on board, naturally, we were hangry. It had been over 2 hours since we had last eaten a meal. So we headed to the back of the buffet, an area we had not been to yet. So if you walk through the entire buffet, you come across this outdoor area. There's this nice canopy covering the space so you won't get burned while you eat. And during certain hours of the day, they have lunchy, snacky food.
So we just got some noshes on the back of the ship because we haven't eaten here yet. And we thought they'd have like burgers and hot dogs, but that stuff is by the pool. Tell us about what you got back here, baby.
Well, I went to the first of all, I went to the buffet to get a burger. I've had a burger on my mind all day long, and I saw some people as we were walking past it. I saw some people eating burgers and hot dogs. I went, all right. So I went there, and they had just closed it. So I came back here at the aft of the ship, and I got all kinds of things to put on the burger. There's just no burgers, but it's filling until until dinner.
What did you get?
I got a salad with some cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, and the onions are really good, by the way. Never thought I'd say that about onions. And I got a little sliced chicken here, or turkey, and I got a little I don't know what this pizza thing is called, but it tastes like a pizza. I think I don't know what it is. And some finger sandwiches. One is tomatoes and cream cheese, and the other one is also lox, and the other one is just tomato and turkey, sliced turkey.
Cool. And yeah, I got this little lox sandwich, but I too got burger fixings, including relish, which I don't know what you're supposed to put relish on if not a burger or a hot dog.
Right.
That's weird. But I'm still happy. I'm glad we're out here. It's probably the last day that we can eat out here. So I'm glad we made it.
It's beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Perfect
Beautiful.
Temperature too. Probably about 69, 70 degrees, right, babe? All right, let's eat. This is called banana mousse cake, and I know it's going to be amazing.
We so appreciated all the live music on this ship. Since we had a late lunch / early dinner, we kind of spent the rest of the day walking around. We went to the evening production show, which of course we weren't allowed to film. And afterwards, they had this Norwegian tribute, which they do every Norwegian cruise. If you've sailed with Norwegian before, you probably know exactly what we're talking about, where they sing and they show you all of the staff that has helped you throughout your cruise. It's cheesy, it's silly, and we love it. And that's gonna wrap up this fantastic cruise day for us. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button with the notification bell on. And until the next time, we want you to live your best cruise life. Cheers!